Hi everyone, my name is Xin Tian and I'm here to tell you how performance art can change society. My parents signed me up for ballet when I was 4. To me, dance was kind of a bore. As a tomboy back then, I didn't see the need for me to dance so gracefully. It just didn't feel like I was in my own skin. In secondary school and junior college, I joined the modern dance clubs. I picked it up pretty quickly, and I actually enjoyed it because I had a foundation from my ballet classes. So this is actually from my last SYF, an inter-school dance competition. I was a year 2 in Anglo-Chinese Junior College, and this dance was an ethnic and Japanese fusion style. I was actually thankful to be able to have given the opportunity to learn this because it was totally out of my comfort zone, and I really hated the fact that I looked really weird dancing it. But over time, I was thankful because it was a real challenge and it actually increased my versatility. Upon entering university, I joined the hip-hop dance clubs and I actually liked it. So I could see that there's actually beauty in both classical and street styles. So I thought that if one could bridge them together seamlessly, #goals. My first contemporary instructor was a member of the Sanka company of a local dance company, the Dance Company, THE short for the Human Expression. Under her tutelage and watching many of their performances, I was exposed to dance unimagined. Dance was beyond just choreographed steps and counts. It was the art of human expression. I was so drawn to movement as a form of storytelling, and more importantly, as a social commentary on things that we couldn't really say outright. It might be talked about in the media or handled by the government, but dance performance gave the common people a voice on things that they wouldn't be able to speak. The world is plagued with social issues, and many social organizations and spokespeople employ various methods to get their message across. Dance as a tool to move the issue from statistics to the people themselves is not uncommon. With the advent of social media, there has been an increase in the awareness of various social issues, and it has proved to be successful. A student-led organization called Unsaid was started by a senior of mine from college. The organization was started last year, and they aim to surface social issues by marrying them with performance art. The main event was a play titled Every Singaporean Daughter. So what you see above, that's the poster. Here's me at their booth promoting the cause. So what they did was that they actually wrote remarks on my body showcasing that those oppressive remarks women received on a daily basis can have permanent effects on our identity. So my senior had this idea to do a dance cover. So it was about relationship issues, and he wanted this dance cover to promote the play. He approached my friend and I, and we got to talking. We tried around in the dance studio, and here's what we came up with.
I don't really care, won't you sit a little bit longer? Don't walk away. You don't even care if I'm going out of my mind. Don't fuck with my head. But I keep taking my chances, don't waste my time. You know I fall apart every time. Taking my chances, don't waste my time. Oh, something like it don't come back. Pacify my maniac. Something like it don't come back. Fortified won't break yet. Something like it don't come back. Something like it don't come back. I'm burning all my.
So this was mainly a dance cover. my friend and I choreographed the steps such that it will convey the physical and emotional abuse through physical movements, and accompanied with the lyrics of the song, which hinted mainly at relationship abuse. After the video was posted online, several people who saw it came up to me. They wanted to talk about the concepts surrounding the choreography. The conversation gradually shifted to relationship issues, and I realized that many young people actually have experienced some form of emotional or physical abuse by their partners. Last year, I found out that my friend was raped. It was difficult to come to the terms with the fact that someone that I knew so well had been living in secrecy for so long. It made me wonder about how many more of my own friends who are going through similar situations but have yet to seek help or speak up. It had been incredibly difficult for her to deal with it because the effects were so pronounced on every part of her life. It's easy to label a rapist and a victim when you don't know them. When it is traditionally known that people are often raped only by strangers in only violent situations. But what happens when a girl is raped by her boyfriend while they are in a committed, serious relationship? It's not so easy now, isn't it? It was difficult for her to come forward to confess that all the pain inflicted upon her was by someone she loved so dearly. Sex is a taboo topic, of which the act is often associated with shame, especially in Singapore. There is also the case that survivors aren't aware that they had been in such situations in the first place, or knew how to seek help. For almost 9 in 10 survivors of sexual assault, the perpetrator was someone they knew in a study done by the We Can campaign. It can be hard to reconcile the dichotomy surrounding a situation whereby the person whom you thought you could trust the most actually hurt you the most. The reality is that 70% of such cases go unreported, according to statistics by the same study. The survivors are either unwilling to report their cases because they don't want people to find out that they have had sex or have been violated. This is dangerous because this gives the perpetrators the green light to continue inflicting violence upon their partners, intentionally or even unintentionally. There needs to be more in-depth and transparent discussion about sex and consent in Singapore. Because the reality is that sex is actually committed by many young couples, more than we might think. An informal survey by the Straits Times of 60 teens and a 2003 Nanyang Technological University study of 350 students found that 1 in 5 had sex. But youth counselors fear that this ratio is only going to go up. Saving themselves from marriage just doesn't seem to matter anymore, said Mr. Jerry Young of Focus on the Family, a pro-abstinence group which has conducted sexuality workshops for 17,000 students to date. We need to recognize this. People do have urges. We are biologically engineered that way. But it doesn't give us a free pass to assume that people want it the same way that we do. However, there is rarely much talk about consent in Singapore. Talk about sex in the national narrative exists in mainly four categories. When the population control is affecting our economy, the nature of the media to leverage upon sex to gain viewership. It comes from a very top-down perspective, from the state or from the media, to the common person. Let's not forget pornography. Teaching boys that girls like it rough, or that they play hard to get. Propagating the expectation that a submissive female has to be naturally chaste. Pornography teaches people that it is okay to have meaningless foreplay and sex, whereby you don't need to respect the other partner's wishes, or even like them as a person. Lastly, persuading youths to abstain from sex to prevent AIDS via formal sex education. But what do you think? Are we doing enough to equip the youths on healthy sex practices? We have been taught on the dangers of sex and how it can lead to sexually transmitted diseases. So the best way is to use a condom or completely abstain from it. But there are so many more layers beyond that of simply protection. Because unwanted sex, physically forced or emotionally manipulated upon your partner, can be seriously damaging for the survivor. And no amount of condoms can ever prevent the feeling that you have been used by someone whom you trusted. There needs to be more education on consent, definition of abuses, and ways to seek help. In the end, my friend stopped pursuing the matter after a year. In the meantime, she managed to heal emotionally by seeking professional help and talking to people that she trusted. By seeking help from various organizations and care centers, they were able to help her negotiate her identity surrounding the effects of her rape. I realized the importance of performance art as a medium to give a voice on how pronounced the effects of sexual abuse had on its survivors. And the same could be extended to other pertinent issues. There is a strong power in dance, provoking thought on uncomfortable social issues. The nature of dance is that it is visceral. You can invoke a mood or emotion which appeals to the audience. It is an effective medium because with each individual in the audience, they perceive the same stimuli from the stage, but they do it differently. It means different things to them. Therefore, this increases memory retention as the impression formed is owned solely by them. This is able to stick in their minds more easily because people remember how they felt at that time more than what information they are exposed to. Attitude changes have more lasting effects than awareness does. Therefore, I think performance art is an extremely creative vehicle that engages people on an active level instead of just reading about the issue via a pamphlet or a brochure. Because issues are not just about statistics and facts. They are about people, and people react more effectively to emotions. So, have an issue you wish more people would pay attention to? You don't have to dance. You don't even have to perform. You can do whatever things you have, whatever talents you already have, in order to spread the message in a creative and respectful manner. Sexual violence is definitely a topic that we shouldn't avoid, along with many other social causes. We can never be satisfied because issues will always be evolving and resurfacing. We should continue to remain open to these disparities even as we grow old. We will never have the answers. So it is important to find new ways to save someone, even if that person could be yourself. Before I end today, I would like to demonstrate the struggle of a rape survivor through her circumstances. I wish to represent all those who have been sexually assaulted one way or the other I hope this will leave you with an idea of how performance can transform the way people view about various social issues. From numbers to something more emotive and real.
Oh, my heart, don't let it bleed no more. Sometimes forgiveness is like a mirror. God only knows why love is worth the fall. Maybe that's what makes it love. Maybe that's what makes it love. I can hold it alone. I wasn't made that strong. The sweet surrender. Hold my heart and I let go. Letting go. Heaven